Hello friends, and thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Claire and you'll be joining me for the next 10 weeks. Very quickly, I've written about what to expect more in the description, but today you'll want something to sit, to stand on. A chair, perhaps a dining room chair would be perfect. And perhaps some light hand weights. Certainly over the next few weeks you'll want something to hold in your hand so you can progress. Once you've mastered the movement, I'm sure you'll get there. So let's start with a warm-up and then we'll get into it. Just a snappy little warm-up. We'll begin with spinal rotations. Beautiful big breaths. Up nice and tall. And pivoting right around on your outside foot. So we're getting movement all the way from your toe, up your leg, through your lower back. Should feel really nice. And then we're just going to move side to side. So ground down through your feet, chest up high. We'll drop towards one side and then the other. Just getting the movement side to side now. Trying to keep your feet flat. Be getting movement in your ankles, knees, hips, and let's bring it to the arms too. So one arm down, and as you bring your other arm back, think about drawing your shoulder blade to your spine. Nice tight tummy. And I know that's a lot of brain space to coordinate, but don't forget your breath. Nice, smooth, deep breaths. Walk those feet back in, maybe heel toe. And then we're going to do this squat movement where we start with our hands out in front. Breathe in, hands back to your shoulder blades or to your armpits, sorry. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Blow out as you sweep down and around. Breathing in, blowing out. So this is again getting movement all the way from our toes up to our shoulders, into your elbows too. If you would like now, you can add a lift up onto your toes at the top. So challenging your balance too, and getting work into your feet and calf muscles. We're calling these Hindu squats. It's a version of Hindu squats. Let's go next. Feet out wide again. And let's do this. So we're shifting our weight from one side to the other again. Calling this infinity arms. So we're kind of drawing an infinity sign as you wave your arm around. You may even like to twinkle your fingers if you can get that movement going too. Other side. So we've been round and round, side to side, a bit up and down. We might do some reach throughs and then we'll get started. So for reach throughs, we're grounding through our feet. Beautiful big breath, high reach, blow out and thread through. And I'm not too worried at the moment about the shape of your back. We can make it passive. We're just thinking bum back, hips forward. Bum back, hips forward. And let's leave it at that. You can have a little shake on the spot to keep your body moving or however feels good for you while I quickly show you what's up next. So first up we have a split squat. So it's a lunge without our legs moving. We call it a split squat. One leg forward, one leg back. And we're just sinking down into that nice lunge. As we come up, we're bringing our arms up. Beautiful big breath in, blow out on the way down. So I'm calling this a yoga lunge. Because we're kind of trying to be graceful and peaceful with our breath. Our feet are lined up beautifully, hip width apart, straight ahead. We're trying to drop the front knee more or less over the ankle, certainly not forward of the toe, and trying to keep it in line, not kind of going off to the side. Might want to drop in if you're not using through here. So nice and in line with your toe. Back knee wants to be just behind your hip or in line, certainly not forward of your hip. Nice strong torso. Let's line ourselves up in a beautiful lunge position. Chest up high, nice and tall. Just check your alignment. And we will begin. We're doing 10 one side, 10 the other. So drop down. You can start down low. Feel the burn while I just check your position again. Knee above ankle, back knee behind your hip. Nice and solid. Let's go. Big breath in. Blow out to come down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Swap sides. So set up nicely, sink down low, nice and level through your hips. Up we go, big breath in, blow out on the way down. If the arms are throwing your balance or throwing you off, you can just leave them. Just concentrate on the beautiful lunge, up and down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just jog it out, shake it out. You might like to, if you've got something to hold on to, do some leg swings. During the program, as we're going, we're trying to keep your muscles moving, so mobilize rather than stretch in the middle. Sometimes it's tempting to kind of do a stretch in the middle, but we'd prefer to shake it out. We're going next to a push exercise, which also has a pull component and the option to add something for your legs. So it's an external rotate, talking about the rotation at the shoulder, external rotate and press overhead, down and close. So that's the movement, external rotate, thinking about keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, hips forward, we're not kind of slumping in our body, up tall. So rotate open, and then with your shoulder blades snuggled together there, pressing overhead, down and close. That's the movement. We're doing 10. If you feel like you are, if you've tried that movement with me and it feels great, not too hard, you could get fancy if you like. In fact, we're doing 12, sorry. And you could add another lunge, more lunges, if you're feeling up to it. Totally optional. If you were to do that, you would press overhead as you come up, down, close, drop. So let's get ready for 12. I won't do the lunge on the first one. If you do it, do 6 on one leg, and then when we get to 6, swap. Ready to go for the push. So rotate open, shoulders are down, shoulder blades snuggled, and press overhead. That's 1. 2. We try and breathe out when we press up. 3. 4. 5. 6. If you're changing legs, do so now. Nice tight rotate. 7. 8. 9. 10. 2 more. 11. 12. Lovely. Down and close. You can just shake that out. Maybe spinal rotations or infinity arms will feel nice. Revisited from the warm-up. These are the infinity arms. We are going back to the lunge, the split squat with yoga arms, and then we're going to do that one again too. So we're doing two sets of each of these, and then very quickly I'll tell you we're doing our exercises chunked in groups of 2 today. Later on we'll have a sit to stand with a staggered stance, followed by a lateral weight shift with an open arc, a pull exercise, some good mornings for a bend, and a windmill, which is also a lateral bend and a rotate. And then we're cooling down. So right now, let's get ready to go back to our lunge. If you're feeling fabulous, there is the option to hold a light hand weight in your hands. You can judge. I really encourage you to listen to your body and write down, take notes on what you did, how you felt, what you think you'll do next week, how you recover. Let's get ready to go. So I've got my feet nice and grounded, dropping down, ready for a beautiful big rise and breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap your legs. Ground down. So the back foot's up on the ball. I'll go sideways for these ones. Down we go. Big breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely little shake out, and now we know where we're going. We're going straight there. We're going back to the external rotate and press. So I'm just going to set myself up nice and tall to begin. Hips shine forward, tail tucked, heart up proud, shoulders down and back. Nice rotate open and press overhead for 1. Control back down. 2, 3. I'm exaggerating my breathing. We'll blow out when we push up. 5, 6, 7. You should have changed legs if you were doing the split squat. 8 would have been a quick changeover. 9, 10, almost there. Think about how hard it is for you now. These 2 you should really be pushing. Once you get the movement, the last 2 should be challenging. 12, shake it out. So you can continue to find what feels good to loosen out your body while you watch what's coming up next. So I feel like that angle might be okay. We're going to do a staggered stance, sit to stand. So the level of your seat can be changed over the program, and you can experiment with what feels challenging but doable for you. We're having our toes in line with the heel of the front foot, back toe in line with the front heel, and then lowering down coming back up with nice control. So it's just sitting down, standing right up, as simple as that with our feet split. We're just trying to make it nice and smooth, and just know that your back bum cheek, your back glute, will be working harder. That's the reason we've staggered our stance. We're favouring one leg, challenging your body to work that way. So grab your chair, grab your bench, whatever you're working on. Remember to note how you feel so you can start next week off and running. Off we go. We're doing 12 one side, 12 the other. Up we go. And if you feel amazing, I'll show you an option for the next one. Just be mindful of this one. Nice and level through your hips. This is 4 for me. I'm just going to do my hands over my chest. 5, 6, I'll squeeze my bum at the top. 7, 8, 9, 10. Change your legs. We'll change the lead leg. Hands on hips this time for me. I'll just judge how level they are. Hands will help give me that feedback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, final one, 12. So shake it out, rest out. If you felt great with that, and we'll all be at different levels, if you'd like to add something, you could add a little lateral bunny hop here, just to get your heart rate up. And if that still feels not too challenging, why don't we go single leg a bit more and do a little hop, maybe 12 hops on each leg, just up and down on the spot for today. And I haven't really counted, but I'll swap legs now. Next one, I'll show you that. So that was probably plenty for a lot of people. Maybe some felt you wanted to extend a little. Next set, I'll show you what you could do if that's the case. This time, or now, right now, we're going to move to the next exercise, which we're doing as a pull in this program, but it's also a lateral weight shift, which we could call a type of lunge for the legs. So the pull aspect comes in because we're pulling your arm in this open arc movement, working these muscles, pull muscles in your back and all the way across the side. Let's squeeze our bum. Showing you backwards so you can think about the muscles you're working, to show you what it looks like to do. Join me in the setup. Feet are grounded. I'm going to stack everything on the left side. So I've got a bend in the left leg, right leg straight, both feet are flat, hand on left bum cheek, other arm comes across to the left knee. So we're starting like that, nice stable body, and then I'm going to slowly open up, squeeze this bum cheek and squeeze my shoulder blade to my spine here. Bit of bend in my elbow. I'm activating this posterior oblique sling, it's called, a chain of muscles that's going woo across here. So we're just doing 8. Today will be a lot about feeling the movements, and then later take notes, work out where you're at for weights and progressing. We'll do this program for 5 weeks and then change for some variety. Let's get ready, set up, and then we'll go for 8. 1, 2, good squeeze, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we swap sides, so everything's stacked on the right side. The bend, both hands. One on the bum cheek, one across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then back to the staggered stance, sit to stand. So I will show you now an option to extend. Instead of doing your staggered stance, for some or all, depending where you're at, you might choose a higher bench for this one. You could try a single leg sit to stand. So lowering down, coming back up just with the one leg. Or you could morph the two together. You could go perhaps down with one, up with two, or perhaps, down with one, up with two, or whichever one I didn't do. I've confused myself. Down with two, up with one. Experiment with what feels like the appropriate progression for you, whether it's down with one or two, or whichever way. I'm going to just do the staggered stance, but sit to stand. You choose if you want to add a couple of single leg in. Off we go, nice and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, give this back bum cheek a bit of an extra squeeze, 12, and I'll lower down. And then swap my stance, ready to go again on the second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Lovely. Shake it out, and remember, if you want to later, you could just practice single leg, little dips, or however deep you'd like to go, even with the balance support if you like. Let's go back to our weight shift with open arc. So feet are grounded, just nice engagement throughout. I'm going to start on the left. So I'll have my hand on my left bum cheek, ready to feel the squeeze. Right arm comes across to my left knee. Let's go. Open up, squeeze the bum cheek, shoulder blade to spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, final one on this side, 8. And then swap sides. So everything on the right, left hand on right knee, right hand on right bum cheek. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, feel the squeeze. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. Shake it out. Rest while I show you the next one. So bend, the next one is a bend. We're doing a good morning. So I'll show you with the weight. You can use the weight. It's not compulsory, certainly while you're learning the movement. So what is important is shoulders are down away from your ears, shoulder blades are snuggled, and then we're doing a straight leg, straight back bow. So for you it might just be a tiny little way, or you might be able to go quite a way, depending on flexibility in your hamstrings and how strong and straight you can keep your back. So as we bow, we're thinking about length and strength from the tailbone to the crown of our heads. If you use a weight, don't let it draw you forward. If you're not using a weight, let's make it like a lovely peaceful bow and have our hands in a prayer position, thumbs along your sternum. We're just doing 10. Feet are grounded. So let's start up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, heart up proud, and then bow forward. We can blow out as we do, if you can think about that as well. Big breath in as you come up. Each time at the top, just check that your shoulder blades are drawing in towards each other. Your chest is up proud. Maybe a squeeze of your bum at the top for good measure. This is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Loosen out. Next up is a windmill. This is a movement, a side-to-side movement. So we're starting with our feet out wide, kind of almost like a triangle to begin, but then we're bending into one side. And I'm going to try and keep that bend the same. So I'm trying not to increase or lean into it as I go. That's just my stable setup. And then I'm having one arm down, one arm up, trying to keep them like this, top arm facing the ceiling the whole time, dropping down, coming back up again. So you'll feel it working down this side of your body. We'll do 6 one side, 6 the other, back to the good mornings, back to these, and then cool down. Ready to go. Get yourself set up, ground through those feet. Sliding on down to begin. Coming up, 1. We're trying to keep side to side. Try not to lean forward too much. 2. 3. 4. That inside arm sliding down my legs, kind of almost pushing into it to open up. Final one on this side. 6. So it should feel nice through here too. It should feel certainly a nice stretch. Ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to the good mornings. I'm just speeding through these. Up tall, feet are grounded, hands at your heart or with your weight, shoulders down and back. Off we go. Straight legs, straight back, bow. 1, 2, big breath in. 3. Making sure your back's straight, even if that means it's just a small range, you will increase with time. 5, 6, chest up proud. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then back to our windmills before a cool down. I'll start on this side this time. So my left leg's straight, my right leg's just fanned out a little with the bend, weight in my left arm. I'm going to kind of put pressure on the back of my palm and my arm as I slide down, pushing into my leg to open up through here. Off we go. 1, 2, I'm blowing out on the way up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Swap sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. Pop your weight down. Let's just do some shoulder rolls now. So grounding through your feet. Beautiful big breath. Shoulders up, back and around. Shut your eyes and just feel into it. So lifting them right up and round, loosening out through your shoulders, and then change direction. One more. And then let's do our necks. So we'll go looking over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in as you change to look over your right. And then blow out as you go back. Breathe in over the right. Just loosening our neck and stretching and trying to, woo! That was a big bang. Trying to time in with our breath. And then let's go chin down. Looking up to the ceiling with a big breath in. Blow out, look down. Breathe in, look up. Some spinal rotations. So these are a really nice one to do at any opportunity. I love them. So we're pivoting right round on your outside toe. Really nice for mobilizing through your full body. Then let's do a standing quad stretch. So you can hold on to something for balance if you like. I'm just going to grab around the ankle of one foot and try and bring it towards my bum. I've got my tail tucked under, my hips shining forward, and I'm trying to keep my knees together. So I'll exaggerate what you don't want it to look like, just so you can kind of overemphasize what you do. We don't want it to kind of lean forward and hold your leg out. You'll get a much better stretch and much more engagement if you have your hips shining forward, tail tucked under, heart up proud, and just really try and find length from your hip to your knee. Stretching that big muscle there, quads at the front of your leg. We'll swap to the other side. And it's a good idea to try and fix your gaze on something to help your balance. I'm going to do a little twirl for my wrist. If you feel like the balance is fine for you, you might like to do something like that too. Take a deep breath in, beautiful big breath. Soften at your knees, stick your bum back. And we're just going to hang for a moment in this kind of wide leg ragdoll position. Letting my head grow heavy, shoulders grow heavy, and I'm just kind of swaying side to side. You can find what feels good for you. Then I'm going to go into a down face dog. You can choose to go straight into hands and knees if you like, or straight in onto the ground in a position that works for you. I'm going to ground down through my fingers and step my feet back. And then I'm sending my hips up and back. Finding a really nice stretch through the backs of my legs and my arms and shoulders. When you're in this position, try and just feel into it. Don't judge yourself if you can't get your feet down or if your knees are bent. Just notice and enjoy the stretch you get in. Maybe you'll notice it improving over the weeks. So I'm walking the dog, I'm pushing one heel down, lifting the other, and then changing it up. You can do that if that feels good for you. And then I'm just going to pop my knees down on the ground in this nice tabletop position with my knees below my hips. My wrists are below my shoulders. And I've got my toes tucked. I'm just going to do some flexing and extending of my spine. So I will tuck my tail, push out at my shoulders. I'm rounding my upper back, pulling my belly button to my spine. Beautiful big breath as you lift your tail, lift your head. And you can smile there too. I think it's a nice time to smile. Kind of lift in, lift the corners of your mouth too. Blow out. Breathe in, and then let's do just a few thread the needles. So beautiful big breath in, watch your hand as it goes. And then I'm going to bend this stabilizing arm as I thread the other arm through, ear and shoulder towards the ground. Beautifully for your back, shoulders, neck. So nice and slow, 3 each side. Big breath in as you go up, blow out as you thread through. And then swap to the other side. Big breath in, blow out. Final one. And then I'm just going to lie flat on my back. And I'm going to do some windscreen wiper legs. So I'm opening up through my hip flexors, loosening through my lower back. So my feet are quite wide, knees up, my arms are just fanned out as I like, however you like. And I'm just going to drop the hips and knees to one side and then the other. So find a pace that works for you. You might like to turn your head away from your knees for a gentle movement there. Again, you can find what feels good. Always good just to listen to your body. And finally, we'll do a glute stretch. So I'm having my left leg flat. I'm going to fold my right ankle just below the knee there to make a figure 4. And then you can either just pull on your shin if that's where you reach. You could just rest there if that's enough. Or you can thread through and either grab hold of your shin. I can't quite then lie down again, so that's no good for me. Or behind your thigh. And we then want to try and find a nice flat, relaxed back, relaxed breath. Try and be relaxed as you enjoy that stretch in the glute of the leg with the knee out. And if you like, I always like to double up sometimes. Sometimes I like just to rest, but today I'm going to twirl that foot that's out on its own. Give that ankle a bit of love. And then I'll swap to the other side. So shake out if you want. I'll pop my right leg down, hook my left over just under the knee, and I'll thread through, relax back. Trying to let the tension fall from your neck or shoulders if there's any, from your face. Nice gentle breaths, and either just sink into it, breathe into that stretch, or if you like, pop in the ankle twirl. And then I think it's time to say goodbye, so I'll say thank you and well done. Lovely to have you join me, and I look forward to next time. Well done, thanks.